to 1000.
Hello and welcome to Midweek Gaming, episode number 72, the second anniversary of Midweek Gaming. And we've got a full panel today with some fun topics we have. This week we've got on a guest, the Indie Gamer. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you very much. Great to be back on for the anniversary show. No, pleasure, thank you very much. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Always enjoy your show, so great to be back on. Thank you very much.
Oh, appreciate that. Thanks. And also, I could introduce this man as a guest, but he's very regular on Midweek Game anyway. How are you doing, Luke?
Yeah, I don't know what I am at the moment. So it's hybrid. But yes, very well, thank you. And there's been a lot of really good gaming stuff the last couple of days. So it's actually, I think I said earlier to someone, it's felt more like the E3 period, I think, the last couple of days than E3 did, all that period. So, yeah, so I'm good.
Good to hear. And Animated Evil, it's been a while since you've been on the show. It has, and in general, because of the break, etc. And you couldn't make
Absolutely,
it last
yeah.
week, so,
It's been a hot minute, shall we say? So yeah, thanks for having me back as always. It's a pleasure. It's gonna be a good show. Welcome, Luke and Indie Gamer, and again, it's good to see Paul and Sanity again.
Cheers, buddy.
Removeable Sanity. Welcome back.
Yep.
Is the helicopter attending today?
I try not to be. You know, I'm trying to upgrade it so it won't be. You know, I'm poor. Leave me alone.
What's that?
I'm poor. Oh God, I knew you was going to.
Oh, you're poor. Yeah.
I think of something else. Was you saying? Yeah, that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm wondering if we're actually live because none of my thing is showing that we're live.
I was wondering that we're actually live because I'm on Stubbs' channel and there's no live video.
I know there's nothing there. Yeah. That's what you saw me. That's why I was leaning in and trying to move stuff. I'm like, what the hell?
YouTube's broken. I don't quite know what to do here. I'm not joking. It says we're live though.
You're not. I'm telling you right now, you are not live.
All right.
Even though we had the 30 seconds time to countdown, I don't know what that was all about. But
yeah, I seen the loop button and I thought, I'll just press it.
Have you got like a link or something to this or anything like that?
I know you're saying I'm not live, but StreamYard is saying I'm live.
Well, okay. So you're live on StreamYards, but does it say that you're live on YouTube in StreamYards? Is it showing that it's active?
Is it connected to your YouTube, if that makes sense?
It does actually say there's no viewers, but it does say it's on YouTube. But when I go to YouTube, it's not there.
There we go.
I'm clicking the link it's given. I'm clicking the YouTube link it's given me.
Well, yeah, but in StreamYards, that's right. You use StreamYards. I'm so used to the other one. So yeah, I don't know.
So you use Streamlabs.
Like.
Oh, fucking.
Well, for Stream.
Oh.
I use what's it called? Restream. I use
Restream. On a minute. Which gives me an
update. At least you're not like me. One time I went to start my own stream, and for like 40 minutes, I was actually on the ambassador channel. because I have both. I have both codes. Of course, you know,
That's
my
a
own
good.
channel. And
You
theirs.
haven't sent it to Centurion or something, have you? Because you've
No,
done
it's
stuff with him.
it's going to my channel, but it's not fucking. I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
Apart from restart the
Start. You have to restart. Yeah. If it's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a link.
But it was funny because it was awkward. 40 minutes in, we realized we've been talking nasty and gross and cussing and I realized, oh crap, I'm on the ambassador channel, so I'm quickly sending the message. Delete the VOD. Oh my god, delete the VOD.
It's weird because it is saying we're live, but we're not. All right then. Well, this has never happened before. It hasn't.
What? You don't know what you're doing? Yeah, it happens all the time.
It does, yeah. I am setting up a new one as we speak.
Poor Stubbs, he's stretching out and I'm picking on him. He doesn't expect anything else though, so you know we're good. Yeah.
Yep. So.
We are live via that link though, actually. But it's
is it a YouTube?
See, what's happening is StreamYard is saying we're live, but when I click the link, it says it's classed as unlisted.
Yeah, it's unlisted.
StreamYard,
Oh,
but StreamYard says it's public.
Yeah, public to them maybe, but like for YouTube, it's set up as unlisted or something.
Yeah, I'm just setting
That
up
makes
a new
sense.
one. I'm setting
Right.
up a
So
new
did
one
you
now.
on your YouTube settings? Did you accidentally set it as unlisted?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Actually,
That's probably
Go
what.
to,
Were
Go to
you
YouTube.
were you recording porn before the show, so you had it unlisted? it was for your Stubzcast OnlyFans channel, and you forgot to switch it back. Yeah.
It was.
go to the YouTube stream and go to stream settings or whatever it is. It says below.
Yeah, if you scroll down, there's where you can list public, private, or unlisted, or
going to YouTube.
Go to the
your YouTube
link.
studio, the YouTube studio
Yeah.
part, actually.
Oh, YouTube. God's sake.
If you go to the link, it will have
These are amateur
two things to select below, and then you go to that. Or like Paul said, just go to studio if not.
I'm such an amateur, aren't I? Oh, come on. Right, YouTube Studio.
I don't know if you can change that on the fly though. Do you know, Paul?
I think you have to. I think he would have to stop streaming, then change it. It's going to be grayed out. He's going to have to.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not going to let him switch that on the fly because of the way it works.
Live. Oh, it's classed as unlisted. So
Yeah.
public. I'm trying to change it.
Was it
I
letting
mean,
you?
yeah,
So
it should.
so
It
might-
should let you change
might-
it.
It's just gone live.
Oh, brilliant.
I think it has. I don't know.
Well,
I'll have a
let's
look.
give it a second. We'll refresh the page and we'll find out.
Yeah, I think it has. I'll look at your channel.
Yeah,
on
it's
it,
gone
so-
live now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
there
it's
now.
fine.
Yep.
It's up now. Yep.
So a friendly pest. I see you in chat. You did say 10:15. So what has happened is
That was amazing.
we have been live for 8 minutes. But when I set it up,
Oh, we just lost somebody. We just lost somebody.
That's he, baby.
oh well.
Yeah.
Well, we've been live for 8 minutes, but apparently I set it to unlisted, but StreamYard was saying it was public. So here we go again. Well,
So we've done half the show. What do y'all think so far?
yeah. Welcome to the second anniversary of Midweek Gaming. Well, I fucked it up completely. As happened before. We've got. I don't know how to intro everyone. Welcome to Indie Gamer.
Oh my god, this is classic. How's it going? Thank you very much for having me on this crazy start to a show. It's a beautiful way to do an anniversary. show. Yeah, but yeah, we've been live. I think that they've just got notifications since you clicked that go public, so that should be people coming in now. That's awesome. But yeah, thank you very much for having me back onto the show and on the channel. Great to be hanging with such great people. Great panel you have on here, and my good man Luke still back hanging with you, my man. Always a pleasure. But thanks for having me, Stubsy baby.
Thanks. And Luke, thanks for coming on again. The intro.
that was nice that bit, because I had a 15-minute nap while that was going on, so nice and fresh now.
You're rested up, good. You're ready to go.
Rested, ready to go. Just got a quick power nap in. No, yeah, very well. Glad to be back. Lots of gaming news, so we can talk about it. It'll be good.
Good to hear. And welcome, Cerebral Paul.
Welcome. I haven't been here the whole 2 years, but I've been here most of it, actually. I would have to check to see when I actually started. As you can see, we're 2 years in, and Stubbs still has no clue what he's doing. We're working on that. Here we are.
That's great. Welcome back to Animated Evil for the second time. With
yes. Again, thank you for having me again. It's great again to see Paul, and great again to see Remote Sanity. And it's great again to say hi to Indie Gamer and Luke.
Hey,
looking forward to the show. Now we can actually start it.
Yeah.
And welcome, Removeable Sanity.
Oh, nice to have you again. It's much appreciated that we've finally back on. And it's also great to see Luke and Indie Gamer on the show. It's going to be a good week if Stubbs has his way. A long one.
Hey, Removeable, you're chopping in and out a little bit. Your signal must be bouncing.
I missed what you actually said there. I did.
Yeah.
Well, that's maybe a good, isn't it? Surely.
It probably is, actually, yeah.
You're cutting in and out. You're cutting in and out a bit.
Yeah.
So, welcome, Warwick. UK Dazarus, Pixel Slapper, Stinking Corpse, and a Friendly Pest did see there as well. But yeah, he was actually right. It must have went live at 10:15, like he said. It was going to happen. That was not planned, by the way.
Yeah, he says that, but I think it was.
If only. But yeah, it's been quite a bit going on. There has. This one here is if you managed to catch it. I don't know if you did. If anyone managed to catch the Idea Xbox show, please give your thoughts. I don't know if anyone did. I'm imagining Indie Gamer did. You got any thoughts on it, or did you catch bits and bobs of it?
So today was a crazy day. I was out and about doing so many things, so many errands, trying to get everything in order. It's like using a day off before. Again, EGX is approaching, so I'm trying to get things bought and get things like that ready for it. So I was rushing around, and then on the way back, because I'd travel a little bit to get all this stuff sorted, on the way back there was a long traffic jam, so I didn't quite make it back in time. But then I caught up at 1.5 times speed on YouTube. It's a good they had that facility.
Okay.
So yeah, I played it in faster. Anyway, I scanned through pretty much to catch up a bit. So yeah, I did catch it in a sense. Definitely, awesome to see. Obviously, Song of Iron 2 was announced today, which is fantastic. Great to see that back, and a second chapter coming in. Really excited by that. Obviously, I was a bit lucky to know about that one coming in today, so I was really gutted I wasn't there to actually see the announcement, and I managed to slide back in to get a Twitter tweet out there just in time. But yeah, it was awesome to see it, and I'm really looking forward to the second chapter. And yeah, sign up to the emailing list on the website, by the way, guys, for Song of Iron. You'll get the soundtrack for free from the first game. Pretty cool. But yeah, definitely excited to play more of that game. But yeah, there was some other cool stuff like You Suck at Parking was shown, Metal Hellsinger. I know Removeable Sanity's really excited for that, as I am too.
I can't wait to play You Suck at Parking. Going to be on Game Pass.
Absolutely, yeah. I've played the demo of it.
Is that just a parking game where you park cars?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. I mean, so what happens with it is basically you got a time limit. You need to park the car within a certain place by the end. It's a pretty simple concept, but you have obstacles to get around, and it's pretty fun actually. It's a simple game, which is going to be great just to play in short bursts. I think really cool looking game. And yeah, good to play on the Steam Deck. It probably would, which I'm enjoying, by the way. Steam Deck.
Oh, he's got the Steam Deck now. Get that clout.
Oh, God, here we go. Don't shut up about this bloody console.
Well, you know,
God's sake.
you should get with. Oh, you've got one as well. I forgot that.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I
you
didn't
did rub
like
it in
it.
for ages and ages.
What are you talking
so-
about? I didn't say anything about my Steam Deck. Nonsense.
And now it's just the old news because I've got one. No, it's awesome. Really loving it, actually. The old Steam Deck. Fantastic. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And it's just, yeah, incredible device, really. But yeah, back to the old idea Xbox thing. Yeah, great show from what I could tell, but I did watch it in a bit of a different way to probably everyone else did. It is still that Twitch format, which maybe Luke doesn't enjoy so much, and probably I don't either, to be honest with you. But yeah,
Well,
there was
I
some
was
good
actually
stuff.
going to say watching that at 1.5 speed probably made it actually more
Yes.
enjoyable.
Exactly. You nailed it. Yeah, but yeah, so some cool games. Like I say, I really enjoyed the demo of You Suck at Parking when I played that on stream a while back. And yeah, like I say, Metal Hellsinger, I played the demo of that as well, and that's absolute blast. You know, a rhythm-based, you know, first-person shooter. If you like Doom and stuff like that, definitely check that game out. It's on Game Pass tomorrow or today, I think, is it?
Yeah, it probably means Paul's going to be really bad at it, and he's probably not going to be able to play it. But you know,
give it a
I like
try,
those.
maybe.
I like those rhythm games. They're fun to
Yeah.
watch, but yeah, I can't do them. So,
Really? Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. There's good little showing. There's some cool stuff in there. I was really excited to see Song of Iron 2 as well. But yeah, I won't ramble on for too long. I already have, so.
Oh, some good. I mean, I didn't even know when the Dazcast was on. There's me thinking, oh, you better look at YouTube. And he's like, I bloody know. I didn't realise it was in the Idea Xbox show. Graphical upgrade though. It's a big upgrade. The graphics are. It's a lot.
Oh, the Song of Iron 2, do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Much
Oh, yeah,
improved.
very much so. Yeah, definitely.
And as Indy will
Yeah.
probably remind you, I need to complete it.
Have you still not finished?
No, I haven't.
Does it surprise you that Stubbs needs to complete a game? Does it surprise you that he needs to complete a game?
Water is wet.
Yeah. I swear it was 6 months ago, though, when you said you were on the final boss.
Yes.
The final boss was him actually getting into the game.
Yeah, that is the boss.
The final boss was the start menu. That's what it was.
It's such a hard task.
It's so hard. I've got to press that button. Got to get it going.
Press A to start. What does that?
I do need to complete that. I do.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, Stubbs is still looking for his any button. Yeah.
Yeah. Some good stuff though.
So I don't know if anybody.
So-
I didn't get a chance. I forgot about it, and so I didn't watch it. So,
You didn't
but
really miss
the two games you mentioned are the two I was most interested in. Actually,
Yes, yeah. I mean, the three. So You Suck at Parking and
yeah,
Metal Hellsinger or
Yep.
Song of Iron. Sorry, yeah.
or
Song of
yeah.
Iron.
But
Yeah, cool.
because I will try the rhythm game, and depending on
Yeah.
like what's it called? What that musical game that came out a few months ago that's leaving Game Pass or left Game Pass now?
I've just started to play that actually. It's called Artful Escape. Is that it?
Oh,
The Artful Escape. I love
Yeah.
the Artful Escape,
I've
and
started
Great.
Tell me you've got past the start menu.
Yes,
it had a few of those rhythm sections in it too for the boss
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
It's a great
I
game.
really did.
Yeah, it's a really nice game. That is.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, there was some other stuff. Actually, just looking back at a few notes. There
Mother
was,
Claw.
what was that? Sorry,
It's Mother Claw, as it was called. That
Mother Claw. What was
Yeah.
Mother Claw? Don't remember that one.
It was.
Was
It's like a side-scrolling Demon Souls sort of game.
Oh,
The
Moons.
vampire.
Was it?
Was it Mother Claw? Or was it? I thought,
Wasn't Moon Scars? Was it?
Sorry, Moon Scars. What the hell did I say? Mother Claw. Moon Scars. Yes, Moon Scars. is one. Yeah.
Moon Scars. I was wondering whether Luke was interested in it. I've seen that a few times. It's kind of Souls-like sort of vibes to it. It pixel art. Seems up his street. I don't know if you saw any of it, Luke. Or
He's called for a cuppa.
he's gone for a couple. Oh, he's
Still back
muted.
asleep.
Do you know what he's doing? He's going through it now. He's quickly watching it at 20 times.
I was at 5 times speed. No, I was saying that I didn't see Moonscars. Well, I didn't watch it today because there is no way after the first ever stream of ID Xbox on Twitch or YouTube or wherever that I'm ever going to watch that live again. So it's just not going to happen.
Anything.
So I haven't seen Moonscars if it was there today, but I have seen Moonscars before. Which looks really, really good. It's very much like 2D Soulsy type thing. It's very kind of Castlevania, Bloodborne-y looking thing. It looks really cool.
I thought it was up your street. Yeah, that's actually in the Humble this month. So if you get Humble Choice, you get that included in the the vault. So if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But
what about the Ghostbusters one? What do you think about the Ghostbusters?
Guys,
I'm going to say no.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I don't like the look. I don't like the look of it.
Really?
See, now that's what I thought, because I've been seeing because there's it's almost like a Marmite game, and you two have just perfectly encapsulated that perfectly. you got Animate going, no chance, no, and then you got Cerebral going, this is actually really good. And you know what? I'm in the same.
Well, I didn't say it was really good. I said it looked interesting. There's a few.
Yeah, I can see the premise for it, and I can also see the pitfalls for it at the same time. So I'm like, I'm going to go with a positive. I hope on the positive. But I'm going to be cautious with it from what I saw, must admit. But it's coming out, and it's a Ghostbusters game, and it's got some two good voice actors in it.
Well, because it includes some of the original cast, right?
Really?
That's right. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see a bit more about it.
Yeah, at least Ernie Hudson. I know Ernie Hudson's going to be. I believe he was named.
Ernie Hudson and oh my god, I can't think of his name now.
Because I got to say, one of my favorite games on the 360 was the old Ghostbusters game, which I actually bought. I bought the upgrade for. I bought the newer version, the remaster on the one. That's a heck of a game. If you've never played that Ghostbusters game, it's great.
Nice,
I will say though, as someone who loves indie games, watching the ID Xbox show, and I'm a bit like Indy here. I watched it afterwards. Jesus Christ, it bored me.
The pacing is awful. The pacing is awful.
Oh,
it's not right.
Way too much talking. Way too much. It was like, again, they should have split it for me. They should have split it. Put all the trailers, some of the gameplay at the first 20 minutes. And then if you wanted to go into in-depth with devs. But anyway, it's just like, oh my God. It was like, and it's annoying because I see every day these fantastic indie games, and I don't think it did it justice.
Well, exactly. Part of the problem is when they interview devs. Some devs are really great at interviews, and you can watch them and listen to them all day. But for the most part, they're like, "Oh my God," some of them don't look like they're excited about their game at all. And you're like, "How am I supposed to be excited for this game when it looks like the dev is falling asleep in the interview?"
I think that, to be honest with you, that's a little bit of the host, because I must admit, if you get a really good and enthusiastic and energetic host, he can lift up the dev and kind of do the work for them. I've spoken to some of these devs, and if you've got a very exciting and energetic guy and you talk to them, it lifts them up. But if you've got someone who, to be honest with you, he felt like a librarian talking to them, and I was like, come on, get some energy into it.
It'd be nice if they could get like Paris and Ethan to do the interviews, or even the one who did for the Fan Fest, Black Compat. She's Rove. She's actually she would be good at it too.
Yeah, I just felt a bit monotonous tone.
Yeah.
It was like, it felt like right, let's go and see another dev then. Right, okay, and it's like almost like a one tone. It's like, oh God,
right,
please.
Because they don't seem excited, and that passes on, and it's not fun to watch.
That's it. And if you're speaking to a dev, that's going to kind of translate over to it. And I could see it slightly in the interview. Is like it really lacked a bit of energy, and that's the one thing you kind of need for the indie games, even more so, to be honest with you, because
Right.
most people view indie games generally in a negative format. I don't personally, don't know why, but anything like that, you need that extra enthusiasm to really pump it up, because there is some fantastic games out there. And for me, it was just, it was doing it a disservice. It was like, I mean, as I said, I'm a fan of indie games. And I looked at it and went, I'm going to turn it off in a minute.
And as you know, with 4GQTV, we interview devs, and like we've had some great interviews. We interviewed the devs a few weeks ago for cerebral on Steam. And they were a lot of fun to interview. I mean, you could tell that they had fun making the game. They had fun working together, you know, and it was great to talk to them. And it was just a really chill interview. And if you go back and watch it, it was high energy from all of us. But a lot of it is them. You know, they were excited about their game. And if you haven't played it, it's a fun game. It's got a lot of humor in it. And it calls a lot of the video game tropes that we've all grown to know and hate and love and stuff. So
I think it translates. But then again, it's those who are interviewing them. If you look at Indie's interviews with Dev, you look at interviews that we've managed to score with me and Stubbs, there is enthusiasm. It comes across. And for that one, the ID Xbox, it was literally, I didn't feel any enthusiasm from it, which was a shame.
No, it was the same as last year. Or, you know.
Well, to me, if I'm being critical, I actually thought it was less than last year. I'm not sure. I thought it was a little bit.
Wow, how is that possible?
I know. I was like, I mean, I was looking at it as like, I'm going to turn it off in a minute, and I was like, but I didn't want to, and I was like, come on,
I think the first one was the worst, actually, but then I think the second one was better, and then the one today was equal with the second one, and it's better. I mean, it's not right, but it's improvement on the first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the bar wasn't exactly high to begin with.
Yeah, the first one was
comparing turds, isn't it? Really, so they're all pretty bad.
Stop talking about our politicians.
If you remember the first one, like, do you remember the first one, Luke? Did we do that one together, or was it Scott I was doing that with?
I think I got off that one. Because in hindsight, it went for like 48 hours or something.
Yeah, it is.
Going,
I think it was Scott.
I
think it was Scott. Yeah.
Who else did we have? Someone. Oh, we had a few people. I think one of them had to drop or something before the end and stuff. It was just crazy.
I think the thing Xbox should do is rip up that partnership. Don't do
that's
it.
Anymore. It's true, because that's the problem is you can't do it with Twitch and then do a video. You can't, you know what I mean? Twitch, that's the whole thing. It's fundamental. If you're going to do it with Twitch, that's the way they do it. Otherwise, change the plan and go to YouTube and do like a edited, a future game show style one.
I just don't get.
I don't get it, because they know Xbox know how to put on good shows. They do. They know how to do it on the YouTube, don't they? Or even put a video package together.
Well, even on their own channel on Twitch. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, they've. No, go ahead, Paul.
Oh, I was just going to say one thing they don't do, and they should, is it should have been on the Xbox Twitch channel. It should have been on the Ambassador Twitch channel. I mean, they don't use their branding as well as I think they should sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
because I literally forgot about it. You know, seriously.
This is the crux of it is that for those games you need a better output. Yeah. You literally need a better output. They need a better PR than your $1 trillion multi-tiered AAA games who've got their own PR going 24/7. It's the one area where indie games can really shine. And if you're not bringing that energy or that enthusiasm to it, it does them a disservice. You know, and if anything, you can imagine the indie devs, they're looking at it. Probably some of the indie devs are looking at this and thinking, why would I want to be interviewed on this? Why would I want my game to be on that show if it is that low energy, that sort of negative viewing is going to come out of it? You know, it's not helping anyone. It needs to be, as you rightly said, it needs to be, in my opinion, I know some people do it, I think it needs to be as equally as showing as they would do a main stage. You know, it would help. I think they would get a lot more interest in indie games. It would get a lot more interest in general in the games selection they've curated. And it would also
like you said, a lot of it would come down to the people doing the hosting. A lot of it comes down to, like you said, a lot of it comes down to that. because and also like and pare down even though I like some of the talkie, we've talked about this before on other shows.
Yeah. Oh,
I actually like some of the informative stuff, and that I don't have a problem with it being intermingled because I think that's how you keep people interested. But it's got to be quick. It's got to be quick and high energy. Because if you do like first 20 minutes this, second 20 minutes that, everybody's going to tune out for whatever, But if you intermingle it, they may hear something, oh, that's cool. Which is kind of why I watched, I didn't watch the whole thing for this, but I tend to, if you've got interesting people talking about their game, they're excited about their game, they're giving you little tidbits of information, I like that,
Yeah. What they should do is they should like shoot an interview with each developer, maybe an in-depth interview like they do, and then edit it into a small part of the interview. So it's like a couple of minutes, maybe the best bit, and then just say as a lower third, or even just after when they come back to the main host. If you want to hear more about that interview, hit up the YouTube channel or whatever. For
Actually,
the full
that's
interview.
a great idea. Yeah, if you want to see this interview in its entirety, here's where it's at. Boom.
Yeah, and then carry on with the flow. They need. It's all about pacing and that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a template to do this stuff. It's called an indie direct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you can just do this. I don't get what Microsoft's aversion is to doing pre-recorded regular shows, either on an indie or first party or whatever basis. Everybody else does them. Yeah. Quite why they think that the Twitch method, particularly for this, because as Removeable said, like, indie gamers need all the help. Indie devs need all the help they can get, really. Yeah. So you don't want to really put it on, Twitch and have it be this long, repetitive, really dull stream, because people just tune out after about 2 minutes a game. That's it. They're done. So, and that's coming from someone who loves indie games. So, I'm just, if I'm watching an interview with a developer for 6 minutes and I've seen all I need to see about the game, it's just it almost puts me off. And it's not the fault of the devs. Like, they're not doing anything wrong. So they need to just scrap the format, because it's not enjoyable to watch, and just keep it to a 20-minute show, pre-recorded. Definitely. The indie directs have segments with developer interviews that are interspersed in the footage sometimes. So just do that.
Yep. Just copy Nintendo, and they've got
just copy Nintendo. Everybody else has. Sony have done the same. Because it's a great, it's a great format. It works.
If it works, it gets use it.
Don't do this boring fucking procession reading of developers and games and little bits. I just don't like it at all.
I kind of do. I mean, do they? You kind of wonder if they even. It's almost like low effort. Because surely they must be hearing people's opinion on this, saying this is not working. Can we have, at least from the indie fans, like, come on, do something better? Yeah,
I wonder.
Have said on Twitter, I've seen people talking about. I was one of them who said it, about it, and Chris Charler, the head of ID at Xbox, he was answering back saying it was a good format. This is the first time around when it happened. I remember there was backlash on that, but he was sort of defending it at that point. I wonder if it's.
I remember that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, sorry, I cut someone off. Then I think I cut Paul off. Sorry, buddy.
I'm wondering about the contracts between Twitch and Microsoft for this. I mean, it almost looks like Twitch has more control over the format than Microsoft does.
Definitely.
Because it really doesn't look like something Microsoft would, say, hey, let's do this, because every other show they put on is much more well put together.
Well, actually, that could be very clever, because when looking at it, there wasn't much in terms of advertisement for Xbox on it.
No.
Very little, in fact. If you just straight tuned in, you would have not known it was to do with anything with Xbox. It was just like almost like
they've handed it over completely to Twitch, basically.
Yeah,
I think, that's why I say it's a bit. It could be like lazy, or it's a deal they've made, like you were saying. It's something like that. I'd like to think it's not laziness on Xbox.
Because let's see, they have Tokyo Game Show coming up really soon. Yeah. They have EGX. They have a couple other things that I know some of the people on some of those teams, and they're doing a lot of work. So I hate to say it, it could be a matter of let Twitch handle this, because we're just busy as hell this time of year. because we're they're putting on 4 shows during the summer.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing
But
is, as well,
still,
is so you
come
go.
on.
Oh.
Right, I thought
Go on.
ID Xbox had a dedicated team, so I don't think that's a question. Really, I thought that was a dedicated.
Well, they may have but they may
do,
not have a
but-
dedicated PR team that works on these.
Oh
kind of
yeah,
shows.
that's probably true. Yeah.
No.
Well, they
What I
they
can
do.
tell from the people in there,
Yeah.
it's only
They do
about
have people who source the games and all that sort of stuff, though. Like they'll scout
Right.
the games and stuff like that. So they do have people who work on that, but maybe not enough. They need to get, they need to get people who can make videos and edit and all that side of things. I probably think they have, though. But if they haven't, they need to get them, and then they need to start making some great productions. Really, I mean, a lot of the people, if you were to apply for a job like in PR or something like that for a games company, one of the things on the list would be skills in making videos and skills in that side of things.
Well, and this kind of thing needs a good producer and a good director. People don't think but these kind of shows use those same things that TV shows use and everything. They have a producer that oversees the production and what they're going to do, and they have a director who should be sitting there going, okay, speaking in their ear, going, pick it up, whatever, and it doesn't seem like that happens. It seems like
I mean, if they're looking for some couple of hosts who've got high energy, who's willing to do it, me and Indy, I'm sure will be happy to try and do it, and really get some out,
Sounds good. Love it.
It's just for me, it's become a chore now, and that's not what I don't want to. I don't want to see that for indie games. I want to see the high energy. They deserves it. They do deserve it.
Like you said a minute ago, a good point. Like, I mean, if people want people to be put off by it, if you see what I mean, like it's hard enough to get people to be interested in indie games anyway. And that is the truth, really, unfortunately. So what you want is something, if someone's maybe having a curious look at it, if they're not usually an indie gamer, if you know what I mean, and they're having a look, maybe I'll have a little check out of this, and then they'll get put off by the format. You don't want that. You want it to be like quick and to the point and giving all the information and getting them gripped on it. And you don't want it to be that it suffers because of the format and not the games. You know what I mean? Because it's going to make the games not come across as well, basically.
Well, that's what I found. It was for me. It was weird because I was looking at these really good indie games, and I was like, and in all honesty, it was like nothing's coming across well. We're not, and the irony being is the indie games I've seen in that show, I follow, and they look amazing and they play amazing. But when it was in the Twitch format, it just didn't come across as enjoyable. And I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I thought about streaming it, and Luke said he's not up for it, basically.
No, John.
To be honest,
Gee, why did I lose 100 followers? I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. So he probably saved me there because I just automatically think, indies, let's stream it.
You got to be smart about these things, Indy.
Yeah, exactly.
I did spot someone actually streaming over, hosting over the top of it. And he was doing a better job than the host who was doing it. He was making quibs and jokes over when the host was talking, which was actually more entertaining than the actual host itself. And I was like, I should have jumped on that channel because that was a little bit more, tongue in cheek, a little bit more. But it was more high energy, and it was like completely different as if you just literally directly watched it from Twitch. And I was like, oh,
yeah, it is a shame. Because I think they could do some great stuff with it. Like Luke says, it's simple. Just do that format. Nintendo Direct, Indie World. Just do that. Simple.
Yep. It's not hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you can say, really, is it? We've kind of torn it a shreds.
Look in the chat. Look in the chat. Friendly Pest has been trying to go to the wrong link the whole time.
Which link? I didn't make a new link.
Oh.
I don't understand how he's got to another link.
Oh no, he's probably it's late at night for him.
He's gone to Dad's cast.
Yeah.
I'll just do a few shout outs while we've got a break. A Friendly Pest, Steve Watson, welcome. Go Po. Hopefully I've said your name right, welcome. And BMG, when you play this podcast in the morning, you will have a laugh. Let's put it this way: at the start, things went wrong. They did.
Horribly wrong.
Yeah, horribly wrong. My fault. It's never. Welcome to Stuff Sean, UK Daz. I think I've caught up with all the people. But yeah, it's I didn't manage to catch the show really, to be honest.
By the way, did you know that we've done the intros twice, and I think that'll actually be on the final video, both of the intros now. Because
it will all be one video.
Yeah, it will be all on there because you changed it from unlisted, and I think that it will keep what we did. If you know what I mean.
It's going to show. It's going to hear all the.
I just realised.
That's fine. Do you know what? That'll probably get the views up. They'll be looking going, what the hell are these people doing?
See, Stubbs, I told you need to get into editing because that's all going to be there, baby.
Absolutely. Good shout.
I ain't bothered.
I ain't bothered.
I get more views.
I ain't bothered.
You know, behind the camera, he's literally looking into how to edit 101.
So did anyone else? Did Luke? Did you manage to catch any games from it or not?
No.
At 5 times speed. No.
No, not even at 5 times speed. I knew Metal Hellsinger was there anyway, but I'm gonna play that. So comes out tomorrow, I think as well. So that was really the only thing that stood out. But I will go back and have a look what they announced, what they showed off.
Valheim.
I always like to see.
Coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure. Didn't they announce that already?
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
To Game
There
Pass
was a
for
couple of
Xbox,
things,
not PC.
It was a bit weird because they did seem to like some of the stuff they were announcing on coming to Game Pass is like, wasn't that out already? It is like,
well, there was one that definitely made me think that, and that was the Big Con. I thought that was already in Game Pass.
But also, was it the not Left 4 Dead series, but the animated? Was it Dead? Oh God, that's going to kill me now.
Oh, you mean the one that was
The Walking Dead?
Walking Dead,
yeah. Walking Dead, yeah.
Complete collection of like, hang on, that's been out for a while, hasn't it? Sure.
The complete, not as the complete collection. I don't think. I think there were bits and bobs of it and different, but never the whole thing.
Well,
it sounds like.
I thought they did
maybe
maybe they did a complete collection.
I don't know if it's been on Game Pass though.
Yeah,
Right.
that's probably what it is then. We've seen it's out, but now it's on Game Pass.
Well, they when they first started the Walking Dead stuff, they did like the first chapter, that was on Game Pass to try to get you interested.
That was free, yes.
Yeah, that was free, and then they never did the rest of it on Game Pass.
And I think actually the Big Con wasn't on Game Pass. Now I'm thinking about it. I think it was just released.
Yeah, maybe that's what's happening.
Yeah, and there was quite a few games actually. This is the thing again. Was like there's quite a good selection. There's a game called Inglet as well, which is quite a relaxing sort of game. It's hard to explain, but it's sort of a floaty sort of platformy kind of game. But yeah, it's a nice sort of a relaxing one. It seems good to check out. But yeah, I'll have a little look at my little list here.
Yeah, I will say for our viewers and listeners, if you've never played the Telltale Walking Dead stuff, it's an amazing game. All the Telltale games are amazing. Any of them that you can get your hands on, play them. They're just loads of fun.
Paul, the second season 2 of a particular Telltale games is coming out.
Yep, sometime next year, hopefully in the first half of next year. Wolf Among Us 2. If you've never played
Wolf
Among
Us,
Us,
yes,
cool.
I cannot.
Brilliant.
I cannot hype that up enough. That is probably
Agreed.
a great
Completely
game.
agree.
Original story. I mean, and it's a lot of fun.
We've been waiting for that for ages. In fact, I almost thought it was just dead until they announced it. It was like, put it this way, even my missus,
funny, I think these guys
loved it.
Removeable might remember. I actually tweeted them and said, "When are we gonna? When is it gonna come out?" When it was before they announced it, and they said it'll be ready when it's ready, and they announced it like within a week or so after that.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah. Yeah, and because I actually the voice actor who plays Big B actually follows me on Twitter. We've actually chatted a couple of times.
Oh, really? Oh, fantastic!
Yes.
He's got a great voice. It is perfect for that role. Oh.
Yeah, Adam Harrington is his name.
Oh, I must. That's one game that's going to be just like guaranteed. I'll break my pre-order promise. Yeah. That is probably the one game I will probably end up pre-ordering.
Yeah. We're hoping. I've been trying to get into their ear and get him to come on to 4GQ TV for an interview about the time the game comes out. When they're going to
hold that. Come on, they're going to hold that. Not until maybe once it's been published, then you'll get.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I would like to get him in there and talk to him, and yeah,
it'll probably be like a caveat. Is like we can get him on, but you can only talk about the first one.
Well, yeah, that's why you want to wait till and that may be true, but it'll hype up the second one coming out if we.
Without doubt, without doubt.
So, and not everybody knows it's out there unless you're a big fan like me.
Mm-hmm.
Who's been going when?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you there, Paul. I really am. Love the first one. I love I love games like that. I really do. It's those type of games you can just sit and relax and we're good. And it's chill out games, aren't they? Really good.
I don't think none of them have been bad. And there's even a second Tales Beyond the Borderlands 2 has also been announced.
Yep. Looking forward to that.
So and the Tales Beyond the Borderlands was fun. The Batman games are great. Yeah, all those games. I can't say a bad word about any of those games that I've been able to get my hands on.
Yeah, they've ironed out everything. There was any complaints when it first came out. Anything they've mastered it now, haven't they? Down to a fine art. You can see that as they progress with each successive game they've turned out.
There's even a new, I want to say, Star Trek game that's coming out that's in that basic same kind of format as well. I thought it was supposed to come out this Christmas, but I'd have to look it up.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And it's from the Telltale guys, but it uses a whole new engine, giving you more options and more things like that.
Ooh.
And I don't remember the name of it. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I forgot the name. I don't think it's Star Trek. It's that other space thing. That one that was
Star Wars.
No, don't be silly. Things with a D. I can't remember the name of it.
Deep Space Nine.
Oh no,
I don't know. I'm really not a sci-fi guy.
God.
Is this Telltale's new one?
Oh, you're talking about their new game. Oh, right, cool.
That's
what is it?
It's The Expanse, isn't it?
That's it. You got
The
it.
Expanse.
Yeah,
that's it. That's what me. I was really.
And it looks really good.
The Dexpanse.
Dexpanse is the Steam Deck expansion.
Yeah.
That looks cool actually. That game.
Is it tied to The Expanse, the actual TV series?
I think so.
It's along those lines.
Fantastic.
I think it's an original story coming from that. Yeah, it's not tied into the series.
I really hope they bring some of the voice characters in it, because the Expanse is fantastic in terms of their character development. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, the Star Trek game is called Resurgence. Star Trek Resurgence, if you look it up.
Oh.
There's actually a trailer for it and everything, because it was premiered during one of the shows last year, actually. And it was one of the premieres that got my attention. It was the same time they premiered Star Wars Eclipse, actually, last year. Jazzy Baby should be a voice actor.
Barry White impersonator.
Welcome to Doom Reaper. Welcome to Elk Dude. Thanks for joining us. So is there any games, Removeable, or anyone seen at the ID Xbox show if you watched it or skimmed through it?
The only two people that have watched any of it, I think, are Luke and Indy. Luke didn't watch it, so it's just Indies. Oh well, yeah.
I watched a little catch-up video, but nothing that hasn't been spoke about. The parking one looks good to me, but other than that, like I said, I was hopeful the Ghostbusters one would show a little bit better, but to me, I'm not looking forward to it.
You're telling me you don't want to play a Slimer? Come on, animated. You want to go around sliming people?
He does that in real life. Why would he do that in a video game?
It's Busman's holiday, No, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just there's something there that I just think No, it's not going to be for me whatsoever.
Oh, I've worked
And
it
I don't know
out.
why.
I've worked it out. I know why you're hesitant. It's because you played the multiplayer game with me, Masuku, and VJ, and it's like that. And you're like, I am not putting myself through that hell again. I'm not putting up with that swearing. I'm not putting up. No, I'm not having it. You know.
I've never been shouted at so much.
Oh God!
The only other two games I'll just mention is the Spider Heck, which maybe you guys have heard of already. It's like a multiplayer thing where you climb over these planets. You play as a spider. It's pretty crazy, but it looks quite fun actually. And then there was the announcement for Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, which is obviously the sequel to Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. So
I love that game. That game was so fun.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool one actually to be announced. But yeah, other than that.
No, that's fair enough. I'm actually surprised. Didn't you get a chance to watch it, Removeable? Or,
well, I said I was working quite late, so it's one of those things I kind of had to catch up on it. And in fairness, it's good that I can catch up on these things and watch the VODs. And so it was even more grating to, after the event to turn it on and go, oh my God, I can only imagine for those who actually sat through it live. I was like, oh God, really? It's good. And I mean, it's just a shame, really. I mean, today though, there is so many indie games. I mean, I did a quick Wishlist Wednesday tweet on Twitter, and there is so many fantastic indie games that I want, that I literally really, really want. I can't really complain too much. I can only complain about the ID Xbox show. In terms of indie games, there is tons out there that everybody could easily wishlist or want. There's loads out there, honestly.
Oh yeah, there is more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and as these guys know, because I've talked about it, is you were talking about these indie games. They need to. I don't. When I go looking for games, I don't look at indie or whatever. I just look at what interests me. Some of the titles I couldn't tell you if they were indie or not. Seriously, I don't get that deep into it. Either I enjoy the game or I don't. I don't.
And that's the best way to be, because to be honest with you, I think as Indy said, it's kind of got a negative connotation, and I don't know why, but it has. And to be honest with you, if you don't go through and just kind of look for the indie games, you won't realize it until you say, "Oh my God, this is a really good game. It's been made by one person."
I will say it is helpful that, like, especially with the idea at Xbox stuff, they get some space on the dashboard periodically, and that looks interesting, or because of the stuff I do on Twitter, I see stuff and go, "Oh, that game looks really cool."
I do, and I probably badger them more than I should do. But every time I see an indie game, I kind of always go cough cough and click them into it, whether they like it or not, hoping that some of these fantastic PC indie games will get ported, because it's like, I'd love to see them going on there. I think there's one at the moment it's going really well. That's one you can play as toys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I knew Indy would know about it.
Yeah, well, that one actually, I put in a video in 2020. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
In a top 10 video. It's been around for ages. It's just happened to blow up lately. It's called Hypercharge Unboxed. I'm guessing you're talking about. Yeah. So that's just had a blow up lately, it seems. But they're quite good on the old social at getting people to.
That's what they've been doing, isn't it? Yeah. If you want to earn Xbox, retweet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is good to see, because they deserve it. It's a cool game.
Yeah. What's funny is Sir Whoop-Ass is on PC only, but they hadn't heard about the idea at Xbox program, so I sent them the information to.
Fantastic!
Here's where you start. Here's who you talk to, and so hopefully one day then Sir Whoop-Ass will show up on a console.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of a if even indie devs don't even know about it, that should tell you something about your PR at ID Xbox. Indie devs, if you're going for an indie games, and even indie devs don't even know about you.
Well, it's I don't know how well known it is, and they basically primarily they program for PC and they play on PC. So I don't know. Even though ID at Xbox has the PC side, of course, but like you said,
But didn't it start? Didn't idea Xbox start on the 360, trying to focus on trying to bring like the indie devs to the 360 console? I'm sure it did. Sure, that's when Chris Charlie got.
I thought it started during the One era, not the 360.
It might be putting.
No, it's there in the 360. Yeah,
I think it was 360.
Super Meat Boy and that.
I think it started to blow up during the One, though. I think is what it was. Yeah.
It was what year was it? 2010 or something, was it, or something like that? I don't know.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because that's when
which will be just so 2010 would make it just previous to the launch of
3 years before,
basically. Yeah. To get things up and rolling and stuff. Yeah, because I mean they've enjoyed, the last few years is when they've really picked up steam, and Microsoft kind of put a focus on them for a bit,
I think it might have been just before that. Maybe I don't know. Let me just have a look. There is a chart which I have, or maybe I was a bit wrong actually. No, I was right actually. I was wrong. I was half right, half wrong. You carry on. Sorry, I'll just read this.
Everyone's gone quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, just go on. I'm just reading this. Everyone's gone, nope, we're going to make it as awkward as bloody
all right, if you're not going to carry on talking, I'll read it out then if you want. So what it is, I've used this chart before on one of our shows. So 2004, Xbox Live Arcade launches on Xbox. Right. 2005, Xbox Live Arcade launches on Xbox 360. 2008, Summer of Arcade on Xbox 360, and then officially as the name as Idea Xbox, that's 2013, I believe. So it's kind of, it was there before, but they just changed the name, it seems, in 2013, if that makes sense. Because Xbox Live Arcade,
when they launched the One, they rebranded it.
Yeah, that's how I would say, because they definitely were pushing like Super Meat Boy and like Braid and those games.
Right, and I think also the rebranding would have made it more understandable about what it was actually trying to do, because arcade, at that time, remember they had the Xbox Arcade, and we had those, that's where we got like Peggle and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was some great games back at that point, and it's been really good, and they've done amazing work on it for sure, and it's great to see. But yeah, like in general, like you were going on about the them not knowing about it maybe so much. I mean, a lot of the indie devs will always go default obviously to launch on PC, and that sometimes is all that they're able to do just within their budget kind of thing. And then it's almost like a test as well, how well the game does, and then they would look to bring it to other platforms. So people go outcry, oh my god, it's not coming to consoles. But I know you guys aren't that stupid, but like some other people out there are. Like this is a small business that they've got just started. There's a couple of people running it or something, so they're able to test the water, see how well it's going to be, how successful it's going to be, and then if they're able to roll it out to other platforms, it's then the growth of the business essentially, if you look at it in business terms. And then you've seen like games like Art of Rally, it came out on PC first. A year later, it comes out on Switch and Xbox, and then 6 months on, it comes out on PlayStation. So you can see the growth of that is done well. It's been, grown from each platform and probably hit the targets they need to hit to be able to keep rolling it out. So that in business terms, that's how I compare it, if you see what I mean. And that's just the way it works, really. You can't always just go all in on everything at once, because it's a lot to undertake for a small team. So there we go.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. So, did anyone catch the PlayStation State of Play? I did.
That I did watch.
But there's one critique I want to take to start, as I was very disappointed with the PlayStation Stars. It ain't like Microsoft Rewards. You can't be like a tight ass like I am. I can't search, etc., to get free PlayStation Plus. All it is you can get JPEGs, NFTs. That's it. That's what you're earn. Pictures of PS. They actually had the PS3 on it. They're just pictures you can look at. But there you go. I didn't like that.
I think you can. They do have sort of the loyalty stuff, i.e., the stuff that you can get things like discounts and PSN funds for, but for some reason,
the way they
last night
explained
just
it
didn't-
though, the way they explained it though was all digital. They didn't say anything about.
Well, yeah,
discounts or
but
anything.
if you remember, they announced this before with a blog post where they talked about lots of different things that come with stars. One of which was the thing that they highlighted last night, oddly, which was this like digital collectible stuff, which they were at pains the first time around to say that they're not NFTs, because everybody was like, they're fucking NFTs, and they were like, they're not.
They're not just pictures.
No. They're just like 3D models that you get. Basically, you can't sell them. You can't do anything with them. They're just for you.
It's like the avatar stuff that we get on Xbox.
It's a bit like that. But there will be, they did say in the blog post when they announced it originally, there will be like discounts, loyalty things you can do to be able to get those discounts. And obviously it's probably not going to operate in the same way as Microsoft Rewards, because they've got a whole, browser to take advantage of. But yeah, it's a similar thing, but we don't know exactly what you'll have to do to get rewards and what those rewards will be. We've got no idea.
No, it's true. Got to give it time, but you know what I'm like. I like to earn for free. PS Plus, please. Yeah. It ain't gonna happen though. I can't see it.
As of day before yesterday, I am good through September of 2025. So
good thing. Well ahead of me. I'm just up to December this year,
and I ain't paid for any of it. Okay.
Nice.
Actually, I paid the $1. I paid the $1. I will say that. Yeah.
So Sega revealed a new game at the PlayStation show. They revealed the new Like a Dragon, Ishin. Am I saying that right, Luke? Ishin. I'm probably.
I think it's Ishin, but close enough.
That looks good, but I haven't completed the first one. But I am playing the main line. There's 6 games to play before that, but I like the battle style in them systems. You see,
you're screwed.
So by March, by February 2023, I've got no chance. But I will say, if I wanted to jump ahead to play Like a Dragon, it wouldn't make a difference because it's a different character. But obviously, in this new one, the Kiryu is going to be in Like a Dragon. He turns up. I don't know what he does though, but yeah, I do like them kind of games. I just stay focused on them one game, but
forever.
For as long
they're
as
very
Like a
big
Dragon,
games, though.
For as big as Like a Dragon is, you're never going to complete any of those games. Okay? I'm just
saying that. Though, I mean, I think I could play Yakuza 0, and I think I put 60 hours in. I think Animate. Animate put in about 100, and he was like 30. I was like 20%, and he was like, "What were you like 30%?"
He'd got part of the tutorial, and Anna hadn't completed it.
I think I put in 126 hours or something. I got something like 46%, and I was a little bit upset. I thought it must be at 70% at least. Nope, rating 40%. What? 160 hours. I was.
It's all the side stuff. They're massive games. They are.
Well, it's we've talked about this before. I want to like that game. The story is interesting, but man, when the cutscenes are so long that my controller shuts off, it's like, okay, you got to keep my attention a little better than that. Give me something to do, Yeah.
You've got a valid point.
You're telling me you're not actually just nipping for a pizza or something on, just while those cutscenes are going.
It's like. Because it seriously was, 20-minute cutscene, 30 seconds or 3 minutes of a fight, 30-minute cutscene, 3 minutes of okay, I really want to get into this, but I just can't. It can't keep my attention.
That's fair enough. I mean, the game as a whole. I mean, for Sega, I think it's one of their most popular global franchises now.
Yeah. Absolutely. I will probably try Ishii at some point, but if it's got the same exact format, I will probably have the same exact problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not above Football Manager though. Not above them. But it's not going to be.
No.
But it's doing well. But yeah, there was some other games. There was Tekken 8 looked good. And
Yeah, the
Luke,
Tekken 8 looked
Luke,
good.
I know Luke can talk about God of War. Was there, wasn't it, Luke? God of War.
It was with amazing trailer. I thought legitimately thought it was one of the best trailers I've seen probably since the main Breath of the Wild trailer before that launched. Just incredible. I almost kind of wish I didn't see it because it had a lot of stuff. I haven't watched it again for that reason. I just watched it the once. But Sony Santa Monica coming out on Twitter saying that's just like a taster. There's a lot more, surprises and such from the full game. That it was great that they ended on that, and I loved. I'm assuming it was a deliberate troll that they ended it on the controller reveal or what everybody thought was going to be the controller reveal, and kind of were totally deflated by it because I was like, there's no way they're going to end on this. That would just be ridiculous, and of course they didn't, and they ended on a proper trailer. What a trailer! I mean, it was just.
Are you getting the controller though?
I didn't really like the controller very much.
Okay.
It was I may do, but it's just kind of like a white controller with the blue handles and then the two wolves in the center. So, I thought they could have done a bit more for it, considering the kind of stuff they came out with on the PS4 gen in terms of both custom consoles and controllers. Not that it was bad. It's just.
They should have hooked up with Pope. He would have given them something to do.
He would have been. So, it was. Maybe not on the controller, but the game. I can't wait for it. I just think it looks absolutely incredible. I'm shocked as to kind of how varied everything looked in terms of places and enemies and bosses and characters. It was just almost so much to take in on it. So that was very impressive.
It was a good trailer, but obviously, as you know, not completed 2018 yet, so it kind of spoiled a bit. So something they said in that trailer spoiled kind of a bit of the last game. But it's been a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
my own fault.
Yeah, but I mean, as a whole, I thought it was because I kind of went in with no expectations, really, or very low expectations. It wasn't a showcase, so I wasn't expecting a big blowout of stuff anyway. 10 games, 20 minutes. But I came out, and I think that was probably one of the best state of plays they've done, start to finish, in terms of, at least for me, like maybe 6 or 7 of those games I was really interested in out of the 10. So. Ishin was one. Rise of the Ronin, which is Team Ninja's new game. That looked
nice.
That really looks
incredible.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're making great. Both that and Wolong as well. So they're doing a lot of great stuff at the moment. That looked great. Ishin. There was a Pacific Drive, which was kind of the one that went a bit under the radar, but it was an indie game. I think probably one of the only indie games shown there. But awesome. That looks super cool, yeah. Really cool.
But
idea.
I couldn't really get a feel for what it was, though, besides driving away from something.
They said it's like how did they describe it? It was a
post-apocalyptic.
They said it's a road-like survival game.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So it's first person, you're in the car and you can get out of the car, and it's a rogue-like game, but the premise is you're getting away from these storms towards something. Obviously, they're being quite cryptic about what the objective is, actually. It's post-apocalyptic. There's stuff going on. You have to survive, get resources, keep driving, and if you die, you'll start back again. And
that's when I'll wait for more information on. But
do you know what? It's a bit like trying to go to Tesco's, then, really.
You won't have enough.
Street driving, try and get a Tesco's. Oh, we get there.
Yeah.
It really reminds me, like, it's completely different, but I'd see if you feel the same. It reminds me of like Somerville, strangely, but obviously first person.
The kind of,
do you know what I mean? The premise,
the kind of sci-fi ish vibes to it.
That's what it feels like. What you're trying to do in that game, I think, will be quite similar to what you're doing in this game. If you know what I mean.
The art style was somewhat similar as well, because I remember the first bit came on, I thought it looked a lot like Somerville before the car came into it.
Yeah,
Right.
but how well are you going to escape in the family truckster from vacation?
Yeah.
Oh, it's souped up, that car. It's got all these gadgets, and it's it's like the DeLorean for post-apocalyptica, basically. So
I wonder if that's part of the game when you sort of level up the car and stuff with the be roguelike and you collect stuff and upgrade the car or whatever.
Road-like.
Of course, yeah.
It's a new term now.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Not golf-like.
Not golf-like, not golf-like. Or the golf.
So many, yeah. Love it.
But yeah, it's great. I mean, it looked great. And I'm trying, Tekken 8 looked amazing, I thought, visually at least. It looks incredible.
I thought it looks awesome.
Thank God it's next gen only, or this gen only.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a great show, I thought.
It was good. Anyone else catch it? Did you catch it?
I watched the whole thing. I'm trying to look up to see which titles I was interested in.
Nice.
Well, because even if I have access to a PlayStation, I don't actually own one, but I'm still going to watch those things because a lot of people, and some of those games were multi-plat. They weren't solely PlayStation only games. There were a lot of mobile games which I really have no interest in, but I don't begrudge them that because a lot of their fans, some people didn't like the show because it has too much mobile. I'm like, just because you're not into it doesn't mean other people aren't. So.
Yeah.
But there was that new Star Wars mobile or that Star Wars game they showed something.
The VR one,
The VR one.
Yeah.
The VR one. Demio coming to the V. We already have Demio on the Quest 2, but on the PlayStation, it's probably going to run really sweet. And then there were a few other things that caught my eye. I think the Ronin one actually, when I was first watching it, like this looks a lot like Assassin's Creed. In fact, it looks like it operates a lot like Assassin's Creed, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, I actually thought the same thing actually about that. I thought Assassin's Creed too.
Even when he leapt off and the wings expanded and he glided down, that
yeah.
There were bits of that that looks very similar to Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Not just because it's set in Japan during that kind of time, but specific areas very similar. But I think they came out afterwards and they said it's their first open world action RPG. So it's not. It's not like a Neo or other Souls-like game, even though it clearly has Souls-like combat. It's kind of that within an open world. So, I thought, look great. Look really cool.
I thought it looked really good. That's one game that if my friend gets it, I will try to play.
There was Stellar Blade as well that showed off.
I was just going to mention that
Project
as well,
Eve,
I'm scrolling up through the videos, finding all the trailers, going, there it is. Yeah, Stellar Blade, previously Project Eve, which I have heard of, looked really good.
Yeah.
Oh, so are they renaming Project Eve to Stellar Blade now? Are they?
I think it's just kind of like a.
It looks good though.
Like a sequel, but because it said Project Eve, and then it cut to the title of Stellar Blade. So it's like
it is on the PlayStation blog here, and the title of the article, they've put new story trailer revealed for Stellar Blade, formerly known as Project Eve.
Yeah, it was a project name. Yeah, they hadn't named it when they announced it, so apart from naming it Project Eve. So that's the actual
And of
name.
course, we found out that Hogwarts Legacy is going to have the PlayStation only exclusive content.
Oh, I've seen that. I can't believe this.
Of course, some people are pitching a fit about that. I'm like, it's a year. Get over it.
I ain't bothered. Really.
Yeah. Every time you say that, I picture Catherine Tate in my head. Yeah.
Bothered. I'm really looking forward to the Hogwarts thing. So the more I see of that, the
me
better.
too.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep, me too.
So that was a standout moment for me on the state of play. But again, Tekken looked really, really good. It's difficult for me to rate a PlayStation centric show because I'm not a PlayStation guy. But I do watch them for when I see the multiplats come on. For example, the Hogwarts thing, because have they got the marketing license for that?
Yes.
It seems that they're marketing it a lot.
It looked like
more.
Because when they announced it and they showed the splash, Xbox and whatever else wasn't mentioned, just all the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Yeah.
I don't think they ever show the other platforms on a PlayStation show.
They don't.
They
don't.
No, they won't. A trailer will pop up at the same time on Twitter on the other platforms, if you know what I mean, something like that.
Yeah, but given that they do have the exclusive, I think they do have the advertising rights for it.
Yeah, they do.
They do seem to be advertising a lot more than any of the platform. That's also
just
for example, like Tekken's multi-plat as well. By the way,
it is.
Yeah,
But just
it is. Yeah, Tekken was multi-plat. Quite a few of the games were multi-plat actually.
Xbox also do this at their showcases as well. Don't put PS4, PS5. They both.
Yeah, that's the norm. That's the norm.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
And let's see, and what else? Of course, I want more information on Sin Duality or Sign Duality. Yeah,
the Mecha one, wasn't it?
That was a
Yep. Of course, in the Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, that's the PS5, the PSVR one. I don't know if is that coming to regular VR too? Does anybody know, or is it just?
I think it's already out, isn't it?
The Galaxy's Edge thing. I'd have to check.
Released it a couple of years ago. I just think this one's
Oh, okay.
enhanced version of that. Yeah, for PSVR 2, which I think people went hands on with a couple of weeks ago now.
Of course, Final Fantasy, the Dominions, or what is that? I can't resist. I can't read that. Dominance, yeah. And then Like a Dragon. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the show. I thought the only thing I didn't care for is they showed very little gameplay. Again, I'm becoming one of those people that after a while, trailers are cool, but I want to see what it actually looks like when it's actually not a CGI trailer. You know?
Yeah.
Mm.
But these things were so quick. I mean, it was like pop, 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 pop.
I thought they showed quite a lot of gameplay last night.
Did they? Or where?
Yeah.
I mean, they did.
Tekken was all gameplay.
Well, Tekken was gameplay. The final God of War thing showed a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah, that had a lot. That had quite a bit.
Yeah, they had a couple of splashes.
Ishin had some gameplay, but cutscene. The Ronin game was a short trailer, but it had quite a lot of gameplay in it. Pacific Drive was gameplay.
I guess it did. Yeah, I guess it's just because it goes so quick that
Yeah, I think I get what you mean. Sometimes you want like an extended gameplay, like 2 minutes of just the game being played,
instead of the quick cuts where you don't really get a chance to look at it. Yeah, that's what it was. It was quick cuts. It was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because some of that is how I'm going to decide if it looks like a game I'm going to be able to play, or just like I look at Tekken. I know I'm going to have issues with, but that's just me and fighters. That's just the way it is. But any of the ones that look like there's going to be a lot of jumping around and moving while you're fighting and stuff, I'm like, But like God of War, I would love to be able to play. I did play the original God of War not the original, but on a PS3 I played God of War. I don't even know which one it was. It was one of the few games I played on my PS3, which was just for me it was mostly a Blu-ray player. I only ever owned 4 games for it. But God of War looks great, but the fighting sequences look like without accessibility options, it's going to be something I'm going to have issues with, which is too bad because I would love to play that game. It looks amazing.
There is a big list of accessibility for Ragnarok. It's like 70 to 100 accessibility features. So
I haven't dug into it yet because
I'm not saying you'll be able to, but there is a lot of accessibility for the game.
They did a blog post for it somewhere, which outlined a lot of the major features. It was pretty.
Did they? I know they did for Last of Us, which I want to check out.
Yeah, they made quite a big fuss of it actually, which was quite good. So
it was part of that. What was that day called, Paul? World Accessibility Day. WAD. What was it called? WAD?
Yeah.
It was part of that. It was.
Okay, I probably missed it, but yeah, if anybody doesn't know, I'm big on accessibility because I'm a cripple. Oh.
Eloquently put.
Yeah. Well, no, I've had people, they see my name or hear my name, my gamer tag, Cerebral Paul, and they go, "Oh, that is so rude." I'm like,
No,
What
I'll
the
tell you what I
hell?
heard say that one. I was listening to Fon's show, and he had David Jaffe on, and he's seen your name
Yeah.
in chat. And he's like, no,
Yeah.
no, Paul's actually got cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
all right then. He was
Yeah,
like,
Jaffe was like, "That is disgusting. That is." I'm like, "Whoa, dude, relax." So yeah, but hey, before that it was Gimpy P. That really raised eyebrows too.
Really?
Yeah, it no longer. It was the ambassador program actually suggested that I change it from Gimpy P. So then I
Yeah.
fell on Cerebral Paul. So. So there we go. Next, I'm through talking now for a minute.
It's a good name. It's a good name. Wear it on your sleeve.
Yeah. Well, and it says who I am, and because
Exactly.
it is a play on my real name is
Exactly.
Paul, by the way.
Yeah.
So when my mother first saw it, she first saw me make the change. She goes, "You're doing it so you tell people how smart you are, aren't you?" Because cerebral has multiple meanings as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not just that, is it?
Yeah.
It means just to the
Yeah.
brain, doesn't
Cerebral
it?
assassin.
Yeah.
Mean brainy Paul, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's
you're
kind
saying
of made me
you-
feel a little
so
bit
you're saying you have-
inadequate at the moment.
Yeah.
Because
you're
I've been calling Cerebral Paul
She's-
Gary when he doesn't
Yeah.
realise it.
Yeah. she goes, "So you're telling people you have a big brain?" I said, "Have you seen the size of my head?" Yes. Luckily, I get my sense of humor from my parents. These guys know. Animated knows. He's actually communicated with my mother. She's just as bad as I am.
I'm saying she definitely is. He definitely.
Yeah.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Honestly.
No.
All right, let's just look into that statement very carefully.
Yeah. Oh no, it's true.
Animated has had a chat with Cerebral Paul's mother.
In
know about that, you know.
Yeah. In my stream, because she watches my streams and she will interact. Because if I know she's there, I will bring her up, and she'll hear me say something, and she'll pop something into the chat that's a smart ass remark.
Son,
Yeah.
don't you dare start swearing like that. Calm it down a little bit.
No, she's never said that. In fact. So yeah. I just it is what it is. So.
Yep.
Anybody else see the show? Have anything to say?
Not that hasn't already been said. No, you've.
No.
Are you interested in any of the games animated that you saw?
Like I said, only Tekken really, and Hogwarts Legacy. That's the only two really that sort of. I thought, oh, hello. I'm not going to comment on God of War because I'm not a PlayStation guy. It looks good. It's one thing I regret not playing the PlayStation exclusives, but maybe one day.
Well,
maybe
can't
one
you
day.
get soon?
You
You'll
can
be
play
able to
on PC
get
now.
God of War on PC, right? There you
Not
go.
on this.
Oh, you're
not on this
lucky.
tin pot thing.
Well, not on your piece of crap, but
I am looking. I am looking at getting a PC next year. So
Oh, you're
maybe.
lucky Mr. Tushi's you're lucky Tushi's not here. He'd be slating it. He don't like God of War. He don't. Especially 2018. He doesn't. He's not a fan.
It's got no Big Macs in it, that's why.
yeah,
Big Macs.
right.
Yeah.
But any grab your eye indie? I know there wasn't really an indie focus at that show, but you do like more games than indie games, don't you?
Oh, yeah. No, I hate them all. I hate all other games.
No, but you actually, people, you'll be quite because people. In fact, I've seen people have a pop at Indie Gamer when he was talking about racing games. What do you know? You only play indie games. I've seen that. People do think that. That's all you play.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy.
Yeah, no, racing games. I'm a hardcore racer fan, my friends. Yeah, and I've always liked racing games. But yeah, like this one, like Luke said, I thought, Pacific Drive looked really, really cool. Personally, it's such a cool visual style to it. As we've talked about it anyway. Like I said, reminds me of Somerville a bit, and I just think that sort of concept they're going with is a really cool one. Rogue games are super hot right now. Lots of them coming up, but I like all the different ways that people are taking the genre and blending it with different, other genres, as in, to give it a nice twist on that genre. In fact, I've said genre 3 times in a row there. But you know what I mean? Where it's mixing two things that you wouldn't usually see together, and it brings something very unique in the end. So I think that's going to be...
Pineapple on pizza.
Well, yeah,
Shut
that's
up.
a winner, isn't
Shut
it?
up. Yeah.
There it is. There it is, people. You know it makes sense.
But yeah, that game looks cool. And another genre as well. I said genre again, bloody hell. And another type of game that I always have loved over the years, that maybe not many people know about. I know Daz would know this, but and that is fighting games. I'm a big fan of. So yeah, I was really keen to see Tekken 8 there, and it looks really awesome. Played a ton of Mortal Kombat 10 with Dazzy Baby. That's why I say that we did a lot of multiplayer action on that, so that was good. But yeah, over the years I've always liked fighting games. Lately they've not been quite so prominent, but really I played a ton of Tekken 7, so be definitely up for seeing Tekken 8 and checking that out, actually, because they're fun games, aren't they? They got a bit of sense of humor in the old Tekken games, and they're just a lot of fun. So yeah, really keen to check that one out too. Obviously, God of War looks amazing. It's a good showcase. There's a lot of great stuff in there. I won't go over it again because I think Luke's been very comprehensive and detailed as always.
Yeah, boy.
So,
yeah.
Is that all our thoughts on the PlayStation event? Yep.
Since I spoke for 20 minutes, I'm not going to say any more about that.
Oh, I know.
About animated and removable. Have they got anything? Or...
already gone
Nothing
twice.
for me. I think
You've gone. Sorry, I must have known.
I've already gone twice. Yeah.
Just want more of you. Can't get enough.
So there was one question I heard BMG ask on. I can't remember what podcast it was. It was basically centered around games, and no matter what platform they're on, do you play so to say a game hasn't got any rewards in the game, achievements, trophies, Steam, whatever, would you, if a game had no achievements or a version of achievements, would you still play it happily? Because a lot of people nowadays won't play them without achievements or trophies, etc. Got any thoughts on that, Indie Gamer? I mean, Steam have got their own version, haven't they? Is that correct?
Got Steam achievements, definitely. Yeah. They're good. I do quite like having that incentive there. I have to admit, I'll be 100% honest. Like you say, they've got achievements in Steam. They've also got them on the Epic Games Store as well now, which is good because they didn't have that before. Is that on all the games, Luke, or is it just on certain games? Do you know? On Epic Games Store.
I don't know, but you are right that they introduced it somewhat recently.
Yeah, because they've got it. They've got it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on Sifu they've got them, haven't they? I noticed when I played that recently. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? I suppose if it would maybe influence me to buy it on a certain platform, maybe if it did have the achievements. Although I think, say I was looking at Epic Games versus Steam, I would probably just buy it on Steam anyway, because I prefer to buy it on Steam. So I don't think the achievements are the deciding factor really over that, although they always do have them on Steam. I don't know, it's a bit of a hard one actually. I mean, if the game is enticing enough, I would definitely just play the game, obviously. I do like to have them there. It definitely improves the experience for me, especially for a game where it is particularly enjoyable and you want to get more life out of it. You can come back for more, and say it's Ori, whatever, you can play it for a hard playthrough, or you can play try and get the target time and different stuff, or just mop up the smaller achievements. It just gives the game more life if you want to get more out of it and you feel like you've really enjoyed it and you want to go back for more. I do enjoy achievements. I don't go out there just trying to get achievements as just for the number. That's definitely not what it's about for me. But if it's a game I love, I like sort of feeling like I've comprehensively played that game and got as much out of it as possible. So they are a definite plus for me, but they're not the most important thing. So if it was a really cool game and it didn't have achievements, it wouldn't be a deal breaker. I've probably just confused that with that's a random answer, but does that make any sense?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. At least you're not one of these guys that goes out and just buys rack-a-lacky games and these games that cost £4.
Yeah.
Games
right. I would never just. I'm never going to play for the number. I mean, we don't think on Steam you don't actually get a number, so it's pointless anyway.
Okay.
No, it's you get the achievement percentage. You can actually earn like credit essentially to buy stuff in the Steam store as well, which is little things to upgrade your profile and stuff like that with, and buy like backgrounds and stuff with it, those kind of things. But yeah. Yeah, you don't get like a score like you do on Xbox for an achievement. So you get like rare achievements, and it tells you percentage of how many people have got it, like you do on Xbox. And they glow if they're a rare achievement on Steam. That's pretty cool. You often get that with indie games as well, unless it's a really popular one, obviously like Hades or something, and everyone's got that achievement. But like I say, it's not a number thing, and I definitely wouldn't play for the achievements over the actual game. And that's just. I mean, some people enjoy doing that. If if that's your thing, knock yourself out. Definitely go for it. But that's not the reason I play. I play for the game. So yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. That is. What about yourself, Luke?
Do I? Absolutely not. I do not care about achievements or gamer score or anything like that. That's reflected by the fact that I've, at least on Xbox, been gaming since the original Xbox Live days and only have about 33,000 gamer score.
So mine. I think I might have more than somebody. Fucking hell, better mine up there.
You probably do. Because I just don't give a toss about them, basically. It gives me no endorphin rush to see an achievement pop up or to see gamer score. The closest that gets, I guess, is if you get a rare achievement on Xbox when it comes up with the diamond thing. That's a pretty cool little snazzy design. But I'm not. I don't understand gamer score or achievements as clout, because I'm not playing games for clout or competitiveness. I'm playing them because I enjoy games, which is why we're all doing this, I presume. So just no.
Oh, we're supposed to enjoy this? Holy crap!
Yeah, I know it's a pretty bonkers idea.
You can't do that in 21st century or 22nd. It has to be on Twitter, shitting about it, moaning about it, arguing about it. Playing a game is a very distant 80th position.
Yeah. So I don't think there's been any point since that kind of was established that I've actually paid any attention to it whatsoever. I don't begrudge people who do, but personally, I just think it's pointless, totally pointless. And even if they linked it to rewards, I still wouldn't be interested in it.
So if we just have interest, like, if you enjoyed the game, would you go? Yep. Would it give you incentive to play that game more a bit or something like that? No.
Nope. If I enjoyed the game, I'll play it again because I enjoyed the game. Yeah. But why would I play it again? Like, if the achievement is, I don't know, I've completed the game, and then the achievement is, I don't know, in The Last of Us, you have to kill 1,000 clickers or whatever for a trophy. Let's just use that as an example. Why would I want to go through the game just to do that action to get to that score? I don't. There's no correlation for me between enjoying the game once and then having incentive to play it again. The only reason I play a game again is if I really enjoyed it. And actually, I'm not one who typically replays games that much. I do replay them sometimes, but not a lot. I usually just move on. So, it gives me no incentive whatsoever to keep playing the game. Your game has to be good.
Yeah.
Then I'll probably replay it.
That's
really good.
what I mean. That's the reason for. That's what I mean. Is if the game is good, that's when it presents itself. As you've already completed the game, there's another aspect to the game that presents itself. If you see what I mean.
I mean, I guess I see what you mean, but not for me, because the aspect that's presenting itself for me is the same as a good movie. If you enjoy a movie once and you've watched it, one of your first thoughts, if you really enjoyed it, is, "Oh, I want to watch that again." You don't think, I need to watch the movie and then rewind it 5 minutes, fast forward it 5 minutes more, because then Netflix will pop up an achievement as to what I've done in the film. You just go and watch it because you really enjoyed it and you want to it's almost like a reminisce like a reminiscence again, isn't it, of like what you've just done? So
so you know, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but both Netflix and Hulu at one point did have achievements on the Xbox.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me. But no incentive at all.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, obviously, I think I remember talking to you once, and you've obviously got no incentive because Microsoft Reward isn't even in your region, is it? Am I correct?
No. Yeah. No, that's
so
right.
There's no incentive there to pop an achievement a day for 50 points. Right.
Luke doesn't need rewards. He's a high flyer.
He is. He's a high flyer, yeah. M&A lawyer, yeah.
But as I say, even if there was, I still wouldn't do it. Even if there was, like, even if I had rewards and I could get points from popping achievements, I wouldn't do it because I'm playing games for enjoyment, not for grind. And achievements to me mostly seem like grind because, all right, they might be relative, like, a big single player game. You might only have to replay the game again once, but you might have to do it a couple of times because you might need to do something very specific. That's a chore then. I'd rather just log into Destiny and do a daily and a weekly or whatever. You know what I mean? At least you get like some feedback from that.
Definitely.
But
I'm not about that kind of stuff where it's just ridiculous where you've got to kill like a certain amount of people or something like that, like you say. But certain ones then are quite enticing, but rarely for me. But like certain handful of games where it will be enticing to do. But anyway, Stubsy.
Okay, I'm going to hand it over because I know Luke has to go. He's going on Mr. Boomstick's show, so I'll let you go. Thanks for coming on, Luke.
Yes. No, you're very welcome. I'll be
my fault, people, because I messaged Boom to say, why don't you have Luke Steele on? He's an M&A lawyer, knows what he's talking about, and he's got invited on now.
Nice.
There you go.
Good
so
stuff.
I will
enjoy.
I will be getting very little sleep tonight.
I was going to say.
Animated knows all about that. So
I'm on. I'm doing something. I'm starting one at 1 o'clock this morning. So
nice.
Luke.
No, you're very welcome. Thank you very much for having me. I'll duck out now so that everybody can talk about achievements, which is probably a good time for me to go.
Tell people where you can find you.
Yeah, I'll let Indy plug the indie element actually because he'll still be there. But just follow me at LukeSteele90 on Twitter, and you probably won't see what I do actually. You'll just see screenshots of The Last of Us Part 1 at the moment. But but otherwise, you'll probably see something.
All right, and thanks for coming on. It's
good speaking to you, brother.
Good speaking to you all. See you later, guys.
Good seeing you again, Luke.
Enjoy.
So, hang on. Cerebral Paul, were you big on achievements?
No, I don't necessarily. I wouldn't say I'm big on them, but sometimes they do give me a drive to go back to or to go to a game and do something that I look at them and go, okay, I can get this, I can do this, whatever. Some games they do pull me back because, like, if you played As Dusk Falls, which is like a Telltale game, very
lovely game,
by the way.
There you go.
That was one game where some of the achievements were tied to make this decision instead of that decision, almost making you go back and see the story to have a different ending.
Yep.
So that little push of that achievement kind of went, okay, I can go do that, and the different endings are very cool, by the way, and they are very different.
Great game.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as that goes, but I will never pay money just to get a game that'll give me 3,000 achievements.
No.
It took me over 10 years to get to 100,000. And that was without trying, because if you look, there's a lot of games that I can play for about 2 minutes and I can't play, for whatever reason, So yeah, that's my thing. It gives me a little bit of an incentive when I look at the list and go, oh, okay, I can do this one or I can do this one. But I don't go, like, if it's replay it on hard or whatever, thank you that they've gotten rid of most of the level-based achievements or the difficulty-based achievements. They're pretty much a no-go now, which is cool for me because I don't like games where all the achievements were tied into, like, multiplayer. Get 500 kills. Okay, I'm going to be playing this game forever to get, it's like, that ain't ever going to happen.
It's like something removals got me. It's like some of the stupid Gears ones I've got. Like the hardest one, you've got to like rack up X amount of hours in the game, complete it on every difficulty mode possible. It's just insane. And even the hardcore Gears content creators don't even end up doing it because it's just too stupidly difficult. It is.
Though, like others here, I do really enjoy hearing that rare achievement chime and seeing that diamond pop up. It's like, oh, that's cool. In fact, I got one today in Disney Dreamland or whatever this thing is called, and it's the first achievement after like 40 hours of play. This is a grind fest. This is, yeah. But it's a good game. But yeah, so and after all the time it's been out, only 13% of the people that have played it got the achievement so far. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's why. I mean, like I said, I don't go searching them out, but they're there. They do sometimes give me a little bit of a push to go back and do something or to try to do something differently. So yeah, I mean, I like them, but now will I not play a game because they don't have them? Or I hate to say this, but yeah, sometimes I do look at, can I get this on Xbox or can I get this on Steam? And I don't follow my Steam trophies near as much as I follow my Xbox stuff. And it's not because I look at that number and go, God, I got to get a higher number than so-and-so. You know, as long as I'm ahead of Phil Spencer, I'm okay. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, sometimes if I have to make that choice, I will choose console because I hate to say it. I like to hear that chime every once in a while. That I don't know if saying it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something is the right term, but that's kind of what it comes out to be, you know. That the game is rewarding me in some sense for, even though some of them are stupid. I forget which Xbox game it was that literally you started the game and you got like 20 points for starting the game. Seriously,
There's quite a lot of them have done that. Quite a lot of them have done that.
Yeah,
the first time I saw that though, I thought it was hilarious. You know, you push the left stick. Here's 5 more points. You know, sweet. You know,
yeah.
To me, that tells me that even the developers are like, whatever. We got to put them in here. Let's put them in here. You know, they're having some fun. So yeah, that's my take. I'll shut up now.
That's fair. That's fair enough. Fair play. Animated Evil. What's your take on this?
See, I'm starting with C. So, yeah, I like them. I've got something like 250,000. I think something. I haven't gone nuts, but I did at a point when the Xbox One first came out. I was just going silly. So there is a lot of them that I've got 1,000 on that you would think, why have you played that? I'm going to be honest. I was into it for a bit, and then I just thought, well, this is pointless. So now I do enjoy the game. But the question was, does it influence me playing a game? No, it doesn't, because I'm old enough to know that these things are new to me, because obviously you never got them on the Spectrum. You played a game to play a game, right?
Yep.
I would have loved to have got 1,000 G for Horace Goes Skiing back in the day, but unfortunately not. So to me, it doesn't really matter if they're there or not. It all depends on if I enjoy the game. To me, they're an added bonus rather than a gameplay mechanic or anything like that. So rather than it being a drive for me to play it, it's a bonus because it's a game I like, a game I play. I don't need to get the 1,000 anymore. I used to. So like when Paul said, those games that start with you've pressed go, you've got 20G. I used to be like, oh no, I've got to get the 1,000. No, I used to be like that, and I would actually go through that game and get the 1,000 because I popped one. I'm not so bad anymore.
Bit OCD on that front.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm all about Dragon Ball says, forget Horace, it's all about Dizzy.
Dizzy for the win.
Fantasy World Dizzy, 1,000G, awesome. So yeah, to answer your question, it doesn't really drive me to play a game or not play a game, but they're an added bonus. So I'm kind of partial and impartial at the same time.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Removeable sanity.
Ooh, this is going to be a topic and a half. A bit like animated, I started off really getting into the achievements. I think one thing that really got me back into achievements at the time was that a good back in the day, I would say a good 50% of the achievements also came with some avatar collectibles. So it really did kind of reinforce me to try and collect as many achievements as possible, because some of these achievements also gave you a new skin for your avatar at the same time, which is they've stopped doing that now. And I really wish they kind of bring that back, because it was I found it was a really enjoyable and also a unique way, your Left 4 Dead hat or your Left 4 Dead, medical kit on your avatar was just brilliant. It really engaged you, and it also, rewarded you for playing the game as well as playing the game. But then on the flip side, it does also influence me badly, and I've mentioned this before. I will put a game down if it has uneven or odd achievement points. It just
Zemi.
Oh my God. That's the OCD.
That's exactly it. You're right. It's the OCD. It's one of these things where it will heckle at the back of my neck, and if I get a 1G achievement, I have to go through and find it so that I can make it to a 5 or a 10 or a 20, because it will absolutely ruin my sleep. And it is an OCD sort of thing. It will ruin my sleep if I see a bloody 1, 3, or 7 achievement. It will just cause a nightmare for me. So to say it doesn't influence me, clearly it does. In positives and in negatives ways. Does it make the game? As I said, back in the day when it had avatar rewards, I think it did really help make some of the games. Now I'm older, if it pops, it pops. If, as I said, really, if anything, if it pops and I see a 1G, that's going to be the thing that I'm going to be like, oh my God, that's the thing that's going to cause me the most problems. But apart from that, if it happens, okay, it's great. So I'm in two minds. It does influence me, probably negatively, if they do it wrong.
So now's not a good time to tell you that my gamer score right now ends in a 9.
I did that. You know what? Anyone else? I have no problem. Anyone else's game score, it doesn't bother me, because it's not personal. And this is this thing. This is why I think it does influence me. My game score is personal to me. It kind of represents the time, the energy that I have put in, and I am proud of that. That game score. I'm not out there shouting about it, but I am proud of what I've put in. And so for everybody else, I'm not really fussed. But for me, as I said, it's a negative thing. It does influence me when I get that 1, 3, or 7, and I'm just like, oh my God, So if achievements stopped tomorrow, probably wouldn't bother me. If achievements stopped tomorrow and it was on a 7, I'd be absolutely bloody livid.
I'm just double checking what you end on here, Removeable, just to see if you're telling the truth. He ends on a 5. He's fine.
Yeah, no, trust me. It got to the point where I've actually stopped playing a game in case I got a secret achievement that got like a 3 or a 7 or a 5. I put it down because it was like it wound me up so much I couldn't, which was annoying because the game was really fun.
Did you say a 5?
Yeah, ends in a 5. It ends in a 5. Yeah, but they do come in usually multiple for 5.
Well, where you can get some good 5 achievements. That's on a Hollow Knight. If you would like to get your to make it a 10. That's me trying to get you to play Hollow Knight again, by the way. But I know.
I tell you what, if they had like a 1 or 3 or a 7, that'd be like an instantaneous. Like, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. That would be
while they're in the game of 1 hour and 47 minutes in, and he mentioned Hollow Knight.
Well, by the way, I do want to mention that you realize some people do take the gamer score thing very seriously, because it actually came up when I was talking about accessibility with I think it was Elden Ring or something like that. One of the games, or no, it was Psychonauts when I first got into it with a bunch of the gatekeepers. And one of their big complaints was that if I use the invincibility mode, which is built into the game, it's meant to be used so that you can enjoy the story. And I got gamer score points for the stuff I did in the game while using invincibility. It was unfair because I had gotten points that they got that they had to work for, and I might appear above them in the gamer score leaderboard for like true achievements or whatever.
Yep.
So some people do take those stupid things so seriously that that they feel that I cheat them because I use what's built into the game so that I can play it.
You
and
see,
how dare
and
I get achievements. Yeah.
You see, that's weird to me because it's like I can understand if it's a personal thing. Like my achievement score is personal to me.
Right.
Comparing it to someone else, though, I can't get that logic. It's like me having a sandwich and it's mine. But if it's just like you go, well, my sandwich is 10 times bigger. So I don't give a monkeys about your sandwich. I'm eating my own sandwich. What are you talking about?
And then say we have the same type of. I think their complaint is we have the same type of sandwich, but they made theirs and I had mine made for me. So
it doesn't matter. Enjoy it.
But that's their mentality. You saw the arguments. I mean, that's their mentality.
Yeah, I saw them definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good analogy work, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, it's a good analogy. It is. But yeah, I'm not that bothered as you lot know about achievements. I don't complete many games, so I've got all the achievements. I've still not got the full achievements for What Remains of Edith Finch.
One of the easiest games to get all the achievements.
Pretty much it's the easiest game ever to get the one.
It is.
And it's supposed to be your favourite game, Stubzy, baby. Well, one of them.
I haven't been back yet.
You haven't played it, gone back for the achievements on that game. See, that's a game where you go back for it, surely. It's only 2 hours long.
I know it is. I know. Anyway, it's been a fun show as tonight. And thank you, Indie Gamer, for joining us this week.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been awesome. It's a great crew here. Every one of you guys are awesome on this show. So great to hang out with you guys. Thank you very much for having me on, as I say, for the anniversary show. Been a blast.
Literally, I look back to the first ever, what we call the first ever show. It wasn't named Midweek Gaming there, and you were on the panel. It was, I think we were doing Removeable Sanity. We were doing it was about PlayStation. It was a show, PlayStation show. It was. That's the first ever one. I got it in the playlist, and you're on the panel, Indy. You are.
So who else is there? Removeable Sanity. Who else is on?
Mass Mayhem. I think. I'll have a look. I think. Past Mayhem.
It's depressing that it's 2 years ago and we still can't even remember what the hell we did.
Exactly. I'm just looking.
Nice.
There we go. Hang on. There we go. Right. So on the panel there was Centurion, Removeable Sanity, yourself, Indie Gamer, Ashy, Mark from BG4G.
Oh yeah.
And Mr. Tushi.
Awesome. Well, where's Ashy Mark gone? Actually, he's not been around lately, has he?
I think has
he been around? Sorry, I'm derailing.
I don't know if he's still on Twitter. But yeah, shouts to VJ. Get in contact if you're watching this.
Definitely. Where's VJ? We miss you.
I've been trying. I have. Hopefully he's all right.
Hopefully it is okay. Yeah, it's a bit worrying, isn't it? But anyway, thank you so much. Again, it's been awesome, and I'm really looking forward to meeting some of you guys who are on this show today. Hopefully, if you still want to speak to me after this, when we go to EGX. So yeah,
absolutely.
Looking forward to that, guys. It's going to be fun. Cool, but yeah, thanks again. If you want to find my channel, guys, all about indie games. If you like indie games, definitely feel free to join us over there. We chat indie games all the time. Share about what indie games we like, and you share about yours, and we just have a bit of a fun time talking about that sort of stuff. My Twitter is indie_gamer_01. Follow me over there, and my channel, YouTube channel, is YouTube/the Indie Gamer, all one word. So yeah, feel free to pop on over. It'll be awesome to see you guys, and you can expect probably hopefully, if all goes to plan, some EGX coverage as well soon. So if you're up for something like that, definitely feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for having me, Stubzy Baby, and everyone else who's been on the show today. Been a lot of fun. Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure. And removable sanity. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much. It's great to have Indie Gamer and also Luke, who's obviously gone by now, but very much appreciated to have them on. It's great to have Indie on. And yes, it'll be a fantastic to see you at EGX and be involved in probably the live stream of EGX, knowing Indie.
and also, you did not bring the helicopter this week, so it must have worked.
I didn't bring the helicopter this week. I can try and find it if you're really, really desperate for it, you know. But no, I do try to upgrade and get myself a little bit more professional, you know. But look this way: at least I didn't cock up the beginning.
Well, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
That's
fired.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the last you'll ever see me on the show. But no, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Again, I'm not as prolific, but I do try to review indie games. I've got currently over 100 on the channel. So if you want to find some indie games, do check me out on there under Removeable Sanity. I'm also on Minds and Twitter, also under the name Removeable Sanity. He's gone. Did I annoy him that badly? No,
I was messing with him.
Love it.
But yeah, thanks for coming on, Removeable, and Animated Evil. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate it. As always, great to be back. Awesome to have Indie Gamer and Luke on. Yeah,
cheers, buddy.
Excellent points as always. And yeah, if you do watch this, and yeah, check out Indie's YouTube channel and Removeable Sanities and Cerebral Polls as well. All awesome channels. So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at animated_evil. Here every Wednesday. After this, I will be over on Spooky the Breathtaking Games channel for the Backlog Bastards. Again, every Wednesday. Great and then on a Thursday, you find me on 4GQ TV. Twitch is stopped at the moment because too busy. Too many bloody podcasts to do. And I'm working in the background on my YouTube channel.
Nice.
And that's me.
Nice. Thanks for coming on. And Cerebral Paul. Thanks for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me again. Thanks for joining us. Excuse me. Can't talk. Anyway, well, now what was I saying? I'm totally lost now. Okay. Anyway, you can find me at Cerebral Paul 1 on Twitter, Cerebral Paul on Twitch and YouTube. You can find me on Mondays on the Xbox Ambassador channel. I do a show every evening for you guys because it's like 6 or 7 in the evening because it's at 10 a.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. my time, and then I think it's 1 p.m. my time, 1 to 3. So I think that starts at like 6 o'clock your time, so 6 to 8 on Mondays on the Xbox Ambassador channel, where I have Gaming Differently with Cerebral Paul, where I play games, and if something comes up with accessibility in the game or otherwise, we talk about it and I explain things a bit. Then, of course, on Tuesdays, I have 2 shows when I'm feeling up to it and the other things aren't going on. I have Retro Renegades, and I have Gaming After Dark is back. Wednesdays, I'm here. Thursdays, I'm on 4GQ TV. Friday through Sunday, I sleep. No.
Busy schedule. Busy man. He's still busy.
Well, and I have been streaming on my own channel again. So, yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for coming on, Paul. And just do a few shout outs to people in the chat. Thanks for watching Gogo Poll, if I'm saying that right. Dragon Wolf. Who else we had?
Dragon Wolf. Make sure you go to EGX, buddy. Get Dragon Wolf to EGX.
Free ticket.
Doom Reaper, many more. Yeah, but thanks everyone, and I'll see you next podcast tomorrow. Next Wednesday, Midweek Gaming. We will return. We will have Steve Watson as guest next week. So interesting to have him on. It will be. So right, thanks everyone, and we'll see you all soon.
It's nice.
Ta-ta.